Hi Shiv, how are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm safe and sound and doing pretty well. Thanks for your kind consideration. How about your side? How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay, so anything new is happening in your life? Since you are meeting after a long time, there must be something
Uh,
new here.
nothing new. My life is going usually, and yes, the same thing. I'm just trying to improve my spoken English.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, but these days I started learning a little bit grammar because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should work upon in grammar as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I can say about it. What about you? Are you at your office or you are at your home?
I'm at my home. This is my study room.
Oh God, your study room is so empty. I mean to say, no books,
No,
no
I have,
shelves,
I
nothing.
have because this is a big table. This is just only one part you can see. This is a printer. If I have to print something, computer here, laptop here, my diary, my pens.
Okay, fine, everything is there. Okay, I got it
Yes,
because your background is quite empty.
my keyboard. I keep it
Okay, I
empty for
got
the
it.
video.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, so tell me something about your weekend. How is your weekend going? Anything new you are doing? As you said that you are working on your grammar skills these days. So anything else? Do you entertain yourself or you just busy studying and learning grammar, improving your spoken English?
No, actually, you can say like that only because I took around 5 sessions today.
Mm-hmm.
Since morning till now, I've been taking session like continuously. I'm talking on video call because when it comes to Sunday, I don't want to waste this day. So I don't go outside. I don't even watch movie and all. But yes, I love
Mm-hmm.
to connect with co-learners, and this is
Mm-hmm.
my last session which I'm having with you. Yes, and after
Mm-hmm.
this, maybe I'll do something else.
You must be very busy and must be very tired as well. It shows that you are very committed to your goal. That's why you took already 5 sessions, and this is your sixth sessions, I think it should be.
Yes, yes, this is fixed.
Okay, so may I know what is the need for you to learn grammar? Why you are feeling okay, you have to work on grammar now? Because I can see you are able to articulate your ideas well. Still, you are working on your grammar. So may I know why are you feeling now you have to work on your grammar part? Anything new?
The problem is I took English as a language since I started learning this language,
Hmm.
and I haven't taken it as a subject. I haven't learned it in an academic way. So in my entire life, in my whole academics time, I haven't learned grammar. And somewhere I feel that yes, grammar is very important if you want to speak the way you're expecting from a site. If you
Yes.
really want to speak in a very natural and organic way, so you have to have that grammar knowledge.
Hmm.
Most probably, I feel that if you want to speak English the way you can speak in your first language,
Hmm.
so definitely you have to work upon your grammar because
Hmm.
it requires your meaningful sentences. It requires correct sentence formation. It requires that flow of water, that natural flow. English should come out from your mouth automatically, naturally. All the time, you should not force yourself to speak something. And it will only possible
Hmm.
when you are able to express your thoughts in the same way as you have in your mind. And that's only possible when you have a good command on grammar. So that made me to start learning grammar.
Okay. What would you like to say to those people who say that there is no need to learn grammar? We are fine without grammar. We need to just pay attention to our spoken English. That's all. What would you like to say to them?
Well, I do agree with them as well. I cannot disagree with them because somewhere they all are right at their own place. See, when it comes to grammar, I have four concepts. First, if you are more into writing, grammar is essential. You can't avoid it. For example, if you are more into teaching and you are preparing for any written examination, you want to become a writer and author.
Hmm.
So you must have grammar knowledge. You can't avoid it because in written English, grammar is must.
Okay.
But in case of speaking, uh, if you are at beginner level or intermediate level, so if you are making some minor mistakes here and there, that is accepted. That's fine. The second is thing, according to the purpose why you are learning English, you need to focus on grammar. That how much grammar is required to achieve that purpose which you have in order to learn English.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now third thing is that when you know grammar and you speak grammatically correct,
Mm-hmm.
so you can make some minor mistake that is accepted, but at least you will not make some major mistakes. You will not come up with any blunder, right? The last one, not least, I will say that first one has to focus on basic grammar, personal grammar. From there, he can start his journey. Once he reaches on that level where he can speak English without any agitation and shyness confidently, then of course he can go for grammar. And I'm on the same level, I feel. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm just learning grammar these days.
Okay. That is a good suggestion. You share your beautiful insights about learning grammar and why it is necessary for the people who really want to speak accurately. And yeah, usually people make an excuse that you don't really need to learn grammar because you can speak without grammar. And also they say that we learned our language without learning grammar. Similarly, we can learn English language without learning grammar. But for this excuse, I would like to tell them that when we learned our mother tongue, we got environment. Yes, we have people around us. This is our mother tongue. Our parents speak English. Our siblings speak, no, sorry, English, Hindi, and your mother tongue they speak. So people around us they speak our mother tongue. That's why we have environment already. We need not to pay extra attention to the grammar part. And when it's come to English, we have to make sure that we immerse ourselves in English language. And how we can do that, we need to listen to English content, we need to read English content, and also we need to make sure we speak English how much it is possible. Also we have to pay attention to the grammar part because this is not our language. Without learning grammar, surely we will make lots of mistakes. As you said rightly, if even we learn grammar, we will make mistake because this is not our mother tongue. But if we don't learn grammar, surely we will make lots of mistakes. And after a couple of times we feel overwhelmed with this language. We find, okay, this language is very hard, even though I've been learning for a long time. Since still I'm not able to speak well. It happens because when we learn English at a beginner level, we speak or we learn it very fast because it's very easy. You have to learn a couple of the words and you can reach up to intermediate level. That's all. But if you want to push yourself to an intermediate level, you need to make sure that you need to have good grammar knowledge. Without grammar knowledge, you cannot become an advanced speaker. And it is very essential. If you really want to speak like a native speaker, we need to learn grammar. Even though native speaker also make lots of mistakes because they tend to eat up some of the word. They don't make mistake, but they tend to eat up some of the word because they speak so fast. And when they speak so fast, they cut down some of the words. Like we say how are you, they say how are ya. Yeah, so they cut down some of the word. Like we say for example, I want to eat ice cream, they say, I want to eat ice cream. Yeah, they tend to cut this is not a right English, but they become lenient and they mold English according to their needs and the environment they are in. That's why they have idioms and they have some phrases to articulate their ideas well in English.
Yes, ma'am. I can see eye to eye your statement, whatever you have just stated now. And more or less, what I believe, if you have a good understanding of grammar, so you will feel a bit confident about your speaking. You will not get nervous. You will not feel anxious about your speaking because
Mm.
grammar is something which are definitely going to stop you at some points where you have thoughts in your mind, but you can't even express it as you want. Now,
Yes.
third thing I have believed that if you feel that I have one topic and I want to explain it, I know thoughts, but because of grammar, uh, I couldn't express my thoughts because I
Yes.
don't know from where I should start first and where I should end it. Right.
That's true.
And same goes with question and answer. For example, if someone is asking something to you, you know the answer, but you can't answer him or her just because you don't know from where I should start first. Because it is an interrogative sentence, so what I have to use at the very beginning of sentence, right?
Mm.
And somewhere I feel that grammar will accurate your spoken part. Grammar will make you very much comfortable with this language because once you have learned grammar rules and you know how to use that theoretical grammar rules practically in your spoken English, so you feel that yes, now I have learned grammar rules and I know how to speak. The only thing I need to take care of is my vocabs and the content which I'm speaking. So you'll be more organized, more articulated, and you speak English as you can speak in your first language. Because there as well, you don't even focus on grammar because that's your first language, which you have been speaking since your childhood. So that's what I believe.
Yes, as I always say that if you know formula, you will solve the puzzle. If you don't know the formula, grammar is like a formula. If we know all the grammar rules, that way we can speak on any topic and we will be able to express any ideas because we know the grammar we are using that is correct and we don't feel hesitant while we are talking. Also, people have substitute. They find, oh, learning grammar is very daunting task. We won't be able to learn it ever because they have the different formula. They learn like a mathematical sum, but if we learn it as a fun way, that way we will be able to learn grammar. Not even we will be able to learn grammar, we won't forget it and we will use in our conversation very easily. But you need to know that strategies, the techniques. Okay, how I can learn this grammar, how can I teach this grammar to other people. And also, when we know grammar, that way we can, as you said, express our ideas well and accurately. And sometimes people have substitute. They find it is overwhelmed to learn grammar. Better I develop my vocabulary, so that way I will be able to express my ideas. But even though you have vocabulary, that is a good thing, you know the vocabulary, but you don't know how to, when you have puzzle pieces, you don't know how to connect together correctly. You will be able to complete the puzzle, but they won't be in the right order. Yeah. So that is a thing. Sometimes because English is not our mother tongue, and other people, when they hear us talking in English, they think, okay, we are speaking rightly, we are good because we are speaking fluently, but they don't know we are making lots of grammar mistakes. So we have to make sure that we have good knowledge of grammar. That way we will be able to teach other people better, and we sound like very confident person, and we sound like an advanced speaker as well. So grammar is really essential part, and I'm not saying that we have to run after grammar only, because we have to make sure along with grammar we need to develop our vocabulary, we need to know phrases as well, and also we need to make sure that how we can articulate our ideas well. Even though some people have full grammar knowledge, but they still find it is very daunting how to use that grammar. We know the formula, but how to solve the puzzle? It is like that. So if they know the grammar part, they need to know, okay, how they can make sentence using the that particular grammar rules. So yes, if we know the formula, if we know how to use that, that is very easy, and it can combine together when we practice our grammar skills along with speaking as well. So we have to make sure whatever we are learning, we need to use in our practice.
That's correct, ma'am. And what I feel that if you have a good understanding of grammar, so definitely that grammar will help you out in order to avoid the awkwardness of your stuckness and fumble somewhere. Because most of the time, I feel that people are start fumbling because they're stuck with these rules. So have and has, do and
Mm,
does,
mm,
shall and we, right?
mm,
So, if we have already learned all these rules and we know the art of using those theoretical rules into our practical spoken English, so we will not stuck at any point
that's true.
because we do have that clarity of thoughts and
Mm,
clarity of rules
mm,
where we have to use which rule,
mm,
and it goes hands to hands together. Now, next one is I feel that grammar will improve your accuracy. So, when I'm saying accuracy, what does it mean? For example, when you're speaking, no matter what kind of words you are using and how about your pronunciation and the content which you're providing to your audience, but if you are making a lot of mistakes in grammar, so people will not take interest in listening because they will get an intuition in their mind that he is or she is making a lot of mistake, and I think we should not listen to him or her because if they will not get an authentic information, so they would not love to listen you. Why? Because they
mm,
feel if we will listen something wrong, we will learn wrong things only. So it's
mm.
better to listen someone else who has an authentic information of this particular question or this particular topic. They would love to listen them. Try to use proper grammar rules and speak accurately. Okay, fine. If you are in initial stage, if you're at a beginner level or intermediate level, you will be stuck somewhere because of using right grammar rules. But once you will make your mind and you would understand that yes, now this is the rule, and I have to use this rule here during my spoken English. Then once you will stuck, but after that you will not stuck at the same place. You might stuck at some other place, but not at the same place because you have already learned by taking a bit pauses before it that I should not make this mistake. I should not use this particular rule here because this is wrong. I should use this because this is right. So somewhere grammar will definitely gonna polish your clarity. It will help you to align your thoughts in a systematic manner, and you would sound more clear and articulated. And that's how you can make yourself understandable to people with whom you are interacting. So, and this is the only motto we have behind learning English or behind speaking English.
It is a very fascinating subject matter because everyone wants to learn English, but they find it is very daunting task, as just mentioned, because the way they learn not English, yeah, English as well, because grammar is a part of English. So the way they learn grammar, that is kind of learning formulas, and they keep forgetting how to use that. And even though I have seen some people are very good at grammar, they know grammar well, but still they find it is very hard to articulate our ideas well in English, because this is totally different things. As I already mentioned that they find it's really hard how to use this grammar rule in my conversation. Even though they know lots of vocabulary, lots of new words, still they find I know the rules, grammar rules, I know the vocabulary, still I don't know how to use it. The time it comes to speak, I'm not able to use those rules and those vocabulary in my conversation. For this solution, I would like to guide the people, if they can, as I just mentioned before, whatever they are learning, they need to use in their practice. So they need to listen to lots of English content and not even listen to English content. They need to listen attentively. So when they listen attentively, there's more chances they will learn better because our subconscious mind get active when we listen consciously. And also they need to listen to English content and also need to make sure whatever they are learning, they need to implement those suggestions. If they are not able to implement those suggestions, that way they won't be able to learn, and they will end up with frustrations and they will lose their confidence as well. So I would like to guide them, that is good, you need to learn grammar, but don't just run after grammar only. You need to make sure whatever you are learning, use it in your conversation, and also make sure whatever vocabulary you are learning while you're having conversation, just stick in front of you somewhere on the wall or wherever you find, and use in your conversation because you are learning English. And make this English easy for yourself. Don't get overwhelmed, you have to learn everything all together. Just learn bit by bit. I would say focus on one part at a time. Like if you are learning tenses, so pay attention to the tenses, don't worry about other part. If you want to just learn, okay, no, I have to learn tenses because in our language, in our speech, we use tenses, we use modals, we use conjunction. I have to pay attention to all parts together. That way, it will be very hard for them to remember all things together. So learn one by one piece at a time, because our mind is very agitated. Even though we can work hard since morning to evening, we can learn it. We can just open the book and we can revisit all the grammar rules, and then we think, okay, now I know grammar rule, I will be able to use in my conversation. But still when they have conversation, oh my goodness, they think I have made mistake here. Yeah. So for this solution, I would like to tell them, just go bit by bit and just take the baby step, and whatever they are learning, they need to appreciate their success. They need to admire themselves, praise themselves. Yes, at least they are able to use small baby step and they are able to implement that. Because when they have too much expectation, when they make themselves, okay, I have to learn this, I have to learn this, that way they won't be able to learn all together, because our mind is not able to remember all the things all together, because so many things already in our mind. So if we just give our mind good practice to learn at a time, just a rule only, that with our mind will learn faster and won't be able to forget the rule and vocabulary. Do you want to say something about that to the learner before we wrap up our session?
Well, yes, I can see eye to eye your statement. In nutshell, we can easily conclude the whole conversation in this particular statement that knowing grammar rule is not that much important, as important implementation of all these grammar rules in your spoken English. Because until and unless you will not incorporate these rules in your practical spoken English, these rules are nothing but more than a garbage. So,
Mm.
if you are learning something, try to use the same thing in your practical speaking, and then only you can see the expected result in spoken English and communication as well. So, that's all I want to say, and you have already concluded everything.
I have an idea. So we have started this topic, yeah. Since we have started this topic, it is interesting topic, very fascinating topic to the learner. So in our next conversation, we will demonstrate our viewers how they can use grammar and some new vocabulary in fun way. So we can make this lesson together, and that way they will learn faster and they will enjoy their English learning journey with us. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's a very good idea. So, definitely we'll come up with some grammar and vocabs like exercise in our next conversation.
Okay, bye and take care. It was really nice and fruitful conversation with you, and I'll catch you later. Yeah.
Yeah, likewise, it was really lovely and informative conversation with you, which I had. And thank you for giving your precious time and connecting with me. See you around.